Hey there. Welcome to our mind-blowing journey through the coolest random facts in science, history, and beyond. Buckle up because we're about to dive into a world of fascinating tidbits that'll make your brain do backflips. The house sparrow, the most widely distributed wild bird, is native only to Eurasia. Elsewhere, humans have introduced them, and they have become invasive species, often considered pests. Ever eaten beets and freaked out when your pee turned red? Don't worry, you're not alone. This colorful condition, known as beeturia, affects about 10 to 14% of people. It's all thanks to a compound called betanin that gives beets their vibrant hue. If your body has a hard time breaking it down, you get your very own homemade pea dye. Now get this. Carl Linnaeus, the Swedish botanist who gave us our scientific naming system, is actually considered the type specimen for Homo sapiens. In other words, his remains are the gold standard for defining what makes us, well, us. It's more of a quirky historical nod than anything else and a homage, but still pretty cool, right? Here's a flag fact that'll make you look twice. Cyprus and Kosovo are the only countries in the world whose flags feature maps of their own territories. Luxor Sky Beam in Las Vegas is the most powerful man-made light in the world. It is visible from up to 275 miles or 442 kilometers away, and temperatures of 500 degrees Fahrenheit or 260 degrees Celsius have been recorded just above the light's surface. Catfish are the vertebrate order, Siluriformes, with the largest number of venomous species. While many people associate venom with snakes and spiders, catfish have evolved their own unique venom glands, often located near sharp spines on their fins. These spines can deliver a painful and potentially dangerous sting if mishandled. The Danube River is the globe-trotting champion of waterways. It flows through a whopping 10 countries: Germany, Austria, Slovakia, Hungary, Croatia, Serbia, Romania, Bulgaria, Moldova, and Ukraine. That's one well-traveled river. Let's take a trip to Brazil, shall we? São Paulo isn't just big, it's the largest urban area by population outside of Asia. We're talking over 12 million people within the city limits, and up to a whopping 22 million if you count the whole metro area. That's a lot of caipirinhas. Remember NASA's Space Shuttle program? Its final mission touched down in 2011, wrapping up a 30-year odyssey that kicked off way back in 1981. The Space Shuttle Atlantis had the honor of that last flight, capping off an impressive 135 shuttle missions. Let's take a deep breath and go way back in time. Ever heard of the Great Oxidation event? This massive atmospheric shift happened between 2.4 and 2.1 billion years ago, all thanks to some overachieving cyanobacteria. These tiny powerhouses pumped so much oxygen into the air that they caused a mass extinction, wiping out about 80% of anaerobic life forms. The Bronx High School of Science boasts 9 Nobel Prize-winning alumni, surpassing the total number of Nobel laureates from China or Spain as of June 2024. Did you know your furry friends can be blood donors too? They have over 12 different blood types. The most important system for dogs is called the DEA, or Dog Erythrocyte Antigen System, with DEA1 being the most critical for transfusions. Just like with humans, matching the right blood type is important to avoid complications. Giant sequoias have evolved to depend on forest fires for their reproduction. Their cones, known as serotinous cones, are sealed with resin and require the intense heat of a forest fire to melt the resin, open, and release their seeds. It's nature's way of ensuring the next generation has plenty of sunlight and nutrients to grow big and strong. The growth of artillery in the 17th and 18th centuries led to a surge in mathematical knowledge. As military pros, especially those cannon-firing artillerymen, needed to crunch complex numbers for aiming their big guns. This demand helped drive the development of mathematics in the Western world during this period. There's a compound called Denatonium benzoate. It's officially the most bitter substance known to science. It's so nasty that it's added to stuff like antifreeze, detergents, and paint strippers to keep people, especially kids, from accidentally drinking them. One taste and you'll never forget it. Ever wondered why some people are night owls? It's all in the melatonin. This sleep hormone usually starts flowing when it gets dark, but in night owls, the production is delayed. It's like their internal clock is running on a different time zone. Light hitting the eyes tells a part of the brain called the suprachiasmatic nuclei to hold off on the melatonin. For night owls, this holdup lasts longer, pushing their sleep-wake cycle into the wee hours. The Thames River in London has undergone a remarkable transformation in recent decades. After being declared biologically dead in the 1950s due to pollution, extensive cleanup efforts have resulted in a significant improvement in water quality. Today, the Thames is considered one of the cleanest rivers flowing through a major city. Estuaries, where rivers meet the sea, are like nature's melting pots. These unique ecosystems, with their mix of fresh and salt water, are among the most productive on Earth. They support a mind-boggling array of plants, animals, and microorganisms. These nutrient-rich waters are like an all-you-can-eat buffet for marine life, providing crucial habitats for fish, birds, and other critters. But that's not all. Estuaries also act as nature's water filters and bodyguards against coastal erosion. Here's a space-age fact that'll blow your mind. As of September 21, 2024, there are 15 humans floating around in space. They're spread out between the International Space Station, Soyuz MS-26, and Tiangong Space Station. That's like having a small neighborhood orbiting Earth. Animation traces its roots all the way back to the Stone Age, when early humans used simple tools like charcoal and flickering flames. Around 21,000 years ago, prehistoric artists would draw sequences of images on cave walls. When illuminated by the flickering light of a fire, these images appeared to move, creating an early form of animation. This illusion works because the human brain naturally fills in the gaps between flashes of light, giving the impression of motion. Ever heard of the Pauli effect? It's a hilarious term used to describe how technical equipment seems to break down around certain people. It's named after Wolfgang Pauli, a brilliant Austrian physicist who apparently had a knack for making machines malfunction just by being in the room. When you get sunburned, it's not just the surface damage to the skin that occurs. The DNA within your skin cells can also be harmed by UV radiation, especially UVB rays. This DNA damage triggers a defense mechanism called apoptosis, or programmed cell death. The cells essentially commit suicide to prevent the damaged DNA from turning into mutations, which could potentially lead to skin cancer. This process of UVB-induced apoptosis is why sunburned skin peels as the body sheds the damaged cells. Ever heard of ticker tape synesthesia? It's a wild condition where people actually see subtitles for sounds. And get this, the Paris Brain Institute found that these mental subtitles can change color or size based on the speaker's emotion. Even crazier? About a third of people with this condition have family members who experience it too. Looks like seeing sound might run in the family. Now let's hop over to Japan for a royal fun fact. Their monarchy isn't just old, it's the world's oldest continuous hereditary monarchy, tracing back to the 3rd or 4th century CE. With 126 recognized monarchs under their belt, the imperial house is so special they don't even need last names. Now let's dive into Lake Tanganyika, a body of water that's old, deep, and teeming with life you won't find anywhere else. We're talking over 300 species of fish, and get this, 95% of them are endemic, meaning they're exclusive to this lake. Australia is the world's flattest continent, with an average elevation of around 300 meters, 1,000 feet. It's due to being one of the oldest land masses on Earth, dating back billions of years, so erosion has done its work, and it has experienced less intense volcanic activity and mountain building compared to other continents. We owe our modern toilets to a guy named Alexander Cumming. Back in 1775, he invented the first flush toilet with an S-trap, that curved pipe that keeps sewer gases from backing up into your bathroom. Willis Carrier invented the modern air conditioner not to cool people but to reduce damaging humidity in a print shop. Roundabouts have proven to be significantly safer than traditional intersections. Studies have shown that they can reduce vehicle collisions by up to 40%, injuries by 80%, and serious injuries and fatalities by 90%. This is primarily due to the slower speeds and reduced conflict points that roundabouts create. Much of modern-day Texas was once called New Philippines under Spanish colonial rule. Ever wonder how spiders don't get stuck in their own webs? Well, here's the sticky situation. Not all parts of a spider web are actually sticky. Those crafty arachnids use non-sticky silk for the framework and only coat the spiral parts with their special insect glue. Plus, they've got built-in GPS for their webs, instinctively knowing which threads are safe to walk on. And if that wasn't enough, many spiders have special oils on their legs that help them moonwalk across their webs without getting caught. The Rubik's Cube, despite its staggering number of possible configurations, around 43 quintillion, can always be solved in 20 face turns or fewer from any starting position. This maximum number of moves required to solve any valid cube state is known as God's number. While solving a Rubik's Cube this efficiently is beyond most human capabilities, this mathematical property has been rigorously proven and remains a fascinating subject in the fields of group theory, algorithm design, and computational mathematics. Have you ever wondered about that annoying throbbing noise when you open one car window while driving? Well, buckle up for some science. This ear-popping phenomenon is called Helmholtz resonance, the same principle that makes a bottle hum when you blow over its opening. When air zooms past that open window, it creates little whirlpools that squeeze and stretch the air, causing that pulsing effect. And here's a kicker. Modern cars, with their sleek designs and tight seals against wind noise, are actually more prone to this sonic roller coaster. Stretching increases blood flow, reduces muscle tension, and promotes relaxation. It releases endorphins, reducing stress and anxiety. Regular stretching improves range of motion and flexibility, benefiting athletes and those with limited mobility. Chimpanzees are highly social animals with complex social structures. They have been shown to recognize individuals not only by their faces, but also by their distinctive features, such as the patterns and markings on their buttocks. This ability is likely crucial for maintaining social bonds and recognizing potential threats or allies within their group. Woo! That's a lot of knowledge to absorb. If your mind isn't thoroughly blown by now, I don't know what will do the trick. If you enjoyed this roller coaster ride through the world of fascinating facts, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that bell for more weekly doses of brain-boggling information. Until next time, keep curiosity alive and never stop learning.